homies chat. The podcast THC. Two homies chat. Kenny, let me ask you something. Just two homies chat. I need one of those mics like you got, Ken, so that I can cough in peace. You know, I'm not out here disturbing.
It's pretty nice. I can just tap it. Thing that is saying, nice. And I can just that. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a solid feature. Like, technology continues to baffle me. You know, I have this internal fight with the concept of the 40-hour work week, right? Like, you know, you look at what you have, and you know, you have a mic that turns on and off, right? It's efficient. It's technologically advanced. You have a computer at your waist, right? In the palm of your hand, sending electromagnetic, probably really bad signals to your genitals along the way.
I intentionally try to keep it away from my genitals and other such things that are prone to such cancers because of the same fear. Continue.
So why the hell are we working the same shifts that our great-great-grandparents were working?
Well, that's changing.
Doing?
That's changing.
But I mean, not fast enough. We gotta chip chop. Why isn't like the 3 to 4 day weekend standard now? What are we talking about here?
Are we in the show already? Are we in? Did I miss the intro? Are we in the show already?
I took a dive, you know.
Oh shit!
I'm with you. I didn't know if we were in, you know. But that's sometimes what happens. Sometimes you don't know you're in until you're in, and then it's like, boop, boop. Double.
Well, we're in, and this is the first quarter subject, I guess, is we're in the game now, and we're bouncing the ball, and the 40-hour work week is dead, along with the spending 40 hours in an office somewhere. You might still work 40 hours a week, but the big change is you don't have to do that at your cubicle anymore. You can work from home.
Work from home.
You can do that now a lot. And so that gives you the freedom that, you know, you could take an hour in the morning and take your kid to school and just, you know, that stuff that you would have done during that hour, you could just do that a little bit later. It's no big deal. And you get that kind of freedom. And that's the big change to the 40-hour work week. And I think we have the pandemic to thank for that. That really fast-tracked that. That was happening anyways, but it really, really gassed it.
Yeah, they made it happen pretty quick, right? And Ken, you're right. You know, I guess I got a little excited. You know, I came in fast.
You spun me around like toes over my head, like.
You know, the one thing we'd like to, you know, just, you know, shout out to the listeners. This is a fresh episode, 69. What up? Of two homies chatting. We're gonna start this episode out, and we hope people go back. Maybe if you're into it, and by people, you know who you are, Josh. But we got a little game for you today. So we hope you drink every time you recognize
reference challenge accepted. Reference challenge accepted, good sir.
I mean,
great idea.
You don't just flip a man, you know, toes over heel, or what did you say?
Oh yeah, I kicked my microphone because of that. That was exciting.
I'm not gonna lie though, you know, in order to really kind of participate in such an oral challenge like the Two Homies Chatting podcast can be, you got to have your thirst quenched with many of the juices. And so I'm starting us off, Kenny. I wish I knew how to pronounce this. I can't. Out of Hood River.
I wish you did too.
Perfurium.
prefer. I couldn't
Starting out
rate
with
it
the
at all.
Pilsner. You're gonna start out light tonight, and then we're
Pills.
gonna dive in. We're gonna dive in.
You
Head
pay
to
those bills with
toes.
that pills. Boom. Well, we in, and I am gonna enjoy myself a seasonal classic. If you're in the Wasatch Front, you know about Uinta Brewing Company Corporation, beers of the brews. And you know that the first time it snows, you always start seeing that yard sale lager in them stores. And it is a staple of my winter drinking. And I'm going to have one. Meow.
I've had many a yard sale, and the yard. I don't know what the snowboard reference of a yard sale would be, right? Like, it is it still a yard sale?
Oh, yeah. Like your phone goes and your gloves and your hat, and your goggles, your helmet.
Like one
Everything
boot
goes
pops
everywhere.
off.
Like it's not the same with skis because your skis can pop off and your poles can go all over the place everywhere. But you could still lose a lot of items up there on that mountain when you fall hard.
Bro. Yo, you guys are getting pumped up there though, right? You
Snow's
getting
happening, dude. Places are open. Brighton's open.
you
Solitude's
look like you
open.
rode today, you know?
I did. I rode to here. I rode here. There's snow everywhere. It's crazy. No, not yet. Not everywhere is open. Sundance opens December 9th.
Ooh,
Most
late.
places are opening this weekend or next weekend. So there's going to be just a lot of lines up there this weekend for some fake snow. But I'm in the Weddy and waiting for that first storm to come through that really puts it down. And I'll be up there surfing that white wave, bro. I'll be pow stomping.
Straight nar shred the pow
If it
freshie.
snows, I ride.
Heyo.
That's how I roll.
I think that's an important concept to adopt too. It's like, you live somewhere where it's cold. We've lived in Utah together, and the best way to battle the cold is snowboard or snowshoe. Like, you gotta be whatever snow type of activity you like.
You need an activity to like.
You gotta like it, and the same with up here in the PNW. In order to really survive, you gotta say like, I ain't afraid of no drizzle. You gotta just.
No, you got to be willing.
You gotta be
to
able
do
to
everything in the rain.
Yeah, you gotta go golf in the rain.
I like to drink beer. I might drink beer in the rain on Tuesday because it's gonna rain.
I like drinking
on
beer
Tuesday.
in the rain. It's just something happened where like
There's
we
nothing
just
worse than a soggy cigarette, though. I'll tell you that from experience.
you gotta maybe a number. Well, just hold the cigarette under
my
your hat.
idea was the cigarette umbrella, which was a bracelet that you wore that had the extension that had an umbrella over your cigarette. When
How big of a bracelet?
It would be like foldable, so it would look a little bit like a Chinese fan. It would fold up and then out and over, your thing. So you go like here to here, and then it would like spin open. So you would have this canopy that's attached to your wrist here.
I don't
smoke anymore, but when I did, I hated a soggy cigarette. And
what's a soggy jewel like? Have you ever had a soggy jewel?
I have, and it's really leaky is the word I would describe. It's really wet. It's a lot like a soggy cigarette, to be honest. And if it gets a little too soggy, it's a battery, right? So
I don't want you to get electrocuted.
Yeah. Well, it's like probably only like 3 volts, which is a third of a 9-volt battery that you lick with your tongue when you're feeling saucy on Wednesday.
After a couple beers in the rain.
Try to wake yourself up for your 11 o'clock meeting. You gotta lick a 9-volt battery. Woo! Ready to go.
Dude, I had a meeting this week, I know we don't chat work too often.
Let's
but
do it. Everybody's
I'll
got
I'll,
jobs. We
I'll
can
hit you
open
with
up.
this, right?
You
We
worked.
did.
You got a job. What?
So Monday mornings are usually slammed pretty early, right? You got to get up, hammer it out. But I'm not like I'll go to sleep at a normal time. I'm a regular human being. But this past
Right.
Sunday,
Adult.
yeah, but this past Sunday we went to see the artist Fanagram
That's
do
cool.
a DJ set.
All
So, but it didn't start till 10:30. So like we
PM?
got there at 10:30, but they
That's
didn't
how
come
you know
on
you
till
probably weren't invited.
but then it came on then they didn't come on till 11:30. Next, then it's they're done. Now it's 12:45. Well, and then I got 22-minute drive home. Then I got to wind down. Next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. It's come knocking on the door. And I got the rough voice in the morning. The rasp comes in. A nice warm coffee helps. Sam Elliott the pipes a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. I'm not I'm not a young whippersnapper
Yeah,
anymore.
you don't
With the
snap whips anymore.
I'm no night out, bro.
No, you're too old for that. You got a job and shit, and responsibilities.
You got bills to pay. I'm taking my houseless journey on the road again. But it's definitely like when you have the early morning work day and then you try to YOLO into the late hours of the night, ugh, it just makes it Rufflestiltskin.
Yeah, Ruffles. That's Ruffles Stillskin, brought to you by Ruffles. Original potato chips, great with ranch.
Like a ranch dip?
Yeah, you get your Ruffles with the ridges and the curvature, and you dip that in some homemade ranch. You get the Hidden Valley powder, and if you like me, you buy it in the big jar. You don't fuck with the pouches, the packets of ranch. No, I buy that shit in jars.
That right
Fritos
there,
too.
the fact that you said that you buy that ranch packet in jars lets me know that you're being overcharged about $6.36 for your little jar compared to how much you would get a ranch jar at Costco. That's key. I want you to know, shout out to Sports Center for highlighting the fact that homie that whipped out the Costco card to get the lady ended up snagging the lady because then there was a picture with her in a Kirkland signature t-shirt. So apparently it worked. So
follow up. That's great for the listeners out there that aren't keen to this subject. I died seeing this picture that apparently blew up. Like our buddy was talking about it, and even Sports Center's covering it. But homie's on the sideline of the Nets game.
Somewhere he's got a referee jersey on. I'm like, what is he reffing?
And he's obviously spitting game at Homegirl, and he's flashing his Costco membership out there, saying like, "I don't get overcharged for ranch." Fuck.
Yo, straight up gold member. So just the classic $60 a year annual fee, no kicker. Handles it. The Kirkland signature follow-up t-shirt is because we were at Topgolf last night and the homie at the bay next to us had a Kirkland signature hoodie on. I was like, damn, that's a fly ass hoodie.
That's dope. That's great.
Yeah, it immediately went from like, I don't know what happened, right? Like so we had a late summer. The summer went late. And then like the universe was just like, fuck fall this year. Were they just like, fuck fall this year?
Fuck fall, but like one of you face this way, the other way.
Yeah, like like being opposite of each other. Almost like Stranger Things in the upside down, But like it's just now brutally cold 69. All the time.
What?
Oh, such a
No, shit
great.
escalated very, very quickly. And I think this leads us into second quarter topic because you're rocking it. But first, teaser. We gotta move on to beers first because that's what we do here. Oh, I'm so proud of you in your vest.
Oh,
The vest hoodie combo is what I live in now, which is my teaser for our second quarter topic coming up on Two Homies Chatting, the podcast THC episode 69.
that's like when one number is one way and the other number is the other way, and they connect.
So does an actual call out of the 69 count as it's a direct reference?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
should he be drinking on those as well? Like every time we say Two Homies Chatting episode 69,
yeah,
that's an obvious reference, and he should be drinking
clearly.
on those times as well, right?
I hope that he does like
I
an innuendo counter,
I
like
hope he finds them where we weren't even trying. I hope he ends up
yeah,
this episode like shit faced.
like oh shit. Now at this rate, these guys are in the unconscious. They're just unconsciously out there just throwing out
Everything's
references.
a reference.
Oh my god, I can't stop drinking.
Well, I'm gonna drink, and
Oh, are you?
I'm gonna spend a little time in Oregon this episode. To be honest with you,
Ayo.
I'm gonna dip into this Rogue honey
Oregon's like
Kolsch.
Oregon's your top, and Utah's your bottom. You know.
That's quite a yard sale, my friend. I'm excited. Have you had the honey Kolsch from Rogue?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it tasty?
It's delicious. It's quite delightful. Rogue doesn't fuck around. From what I've
my own mind, and it is so good.
Yeah, it's very pure. I think one thing I like about it is it's just smooth like honey.
It's smooth.
You know,
It's smooth like honey.
I'm gonna follow you here. I got kind of captivated by some can artwork. If you can see here, Kenny.
Oh, I like that little brush scene there with the
Silver
palm trees, little red sky, yellow strip on the horizon line.
Shout
Silver
out
Moon?
Bend, Oregon. Yeah, Silver Moon. Shout out to Ben.
Oregon, 69.
Mama said there would be days like this, so crack open a can of liquid sunshine and let the blissfulness begin.
Ooh, blissful.
Kind of gave me a little Van Morrison action in the beginning. Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days like this. My mama said, Mama said, Mama said. No. Shout out Mango Days. Mango Pale Ale.
Mango Days. DAZE Days.
Days, man.
Episode 69.
What up?
So I saw a commercial recently,
what
bro, that kind of like initially peeved me a little bit. And Champion Gear is making a comeback. You're seeing him everywhere. You see him at our favorite place to shop. Friend of the program, Kohl's.
Shout out sponsor
of the show. Kohl's Cash. But they're everywhere. You see it, and you see people, notable figures out there rocking Champions. Champions making a pushback, and that's an impressed look that you have on your face there from that beer.
I just was like, whoa. I didn't know what to expect, you know? I just went in with an open mind and a keen sense of taste.
Well, my mind was closed. I saw this Champions commercial where they're claiming to have invented the hoodie. And I'm like, BS. I put it in the Two Homies Chatting note. Before I researched it, I'm like, this is bullshit. Can't be true. But maybe. I don't know where the hoodie comes from. So I did a little research, and I wish my mind had been a little bit more open, because that fancy looking hoodie you're wearing with your fresh vest over there looking so warm in the center of you with the mobility of not having a jacket on the outside. You're looking good in that
Gotta
hoodie.
always be ready to golf.
And it turns out that the hoodie was invented, in fact, by Champion.
Yeah, you put this in the note, and I've had a real disgruntled opinion about Champion for quite some time. Stems from the idea that growing up, Champion was like the brand they sold at Walmart for super cheap, and
Right,
and
right.
they
It's
just
not.
had
It
like a bunch
has
of
stigma.
inventory, and
Had the cheap stigma.
but now
Because
you're
at
like
Kmart, you could get.
you're overpricing this sucker. Like, what are we doing? $90 hoodies?
They ain't
You know
done.
that hoodie costs $2 to make. Like, so to your point, when you sent this across, I was like, oh, fucking Champion. But then you're right,
Fou-
dude.
Founded in 1919, originally called the Knickerbocker Knitting Company.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Knickerbocker Knitting Company.
That sounds
Um,
like like a
in
mouthful.
the early 1930s,
Tongue
made the
twister.
very first hooded sweatshirt. And it was initially to keep workers warm during the bitter upstate New York winters, which it still does mighty fine, by the way.
It's a
It does a
fantastic
great
invention.
job. It's perfect for the wintertime
Arguably
and the
top
fall
3
time.
invention of all time.
All time. Now look, so I was wrong on my assumption there, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Champion did in fact invent the hoodie, but I mean, let's be real. Like the hooded garment has existed
Yeah.
for like 3,000
I
years.
mean,
I mean,
fucking
right?
Gandalf had a hood, bro.
Gandalf, right? The
Like you telling
Gregorian
me Jesus didn't have
monks,
no hood?
right?
Huh?
They had hoods. Like this
The
is not, but
fucking
that's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about the hoodie with the kangaroo
the hoodie.
pouch, the hoodie,
With
the
the draw
drawstring
the
hood.
shoestring hood. Yeah, like I get what
Yeah,
you're saying, right? Like I because when this came across, I immediately thought I was like, well, homie in Assassin's Creed had a hood. Like I
right,
started like putting shit together. Like I'm like
right,
Robin
right,
Hood,
right.
bro. Like
Robin Hood, right?
what are we
Hood.
talking
Hoods are
about
not
here?
new, but it's
Like
not the hood. Hoods are
it's
not new.
the hoodie,
The hoodie, the classic
Yeah.
hooded sweatshirt.
And I think to your point, it's a cuffed wrist, it's a
Yep.
cuffed waistline finish on the bottom,
It's
so
meant for
that
work, right? So
yeah,
you don't get your
functionality.
sleeve in your work. You're not going to get anything caught on a
Your
machine in a
gloves go
factory.
over it.
I spent a lot of time in a warehouse manufacturing environment in cold weather, and there is no better equipment for keeping you warm during that than the hooded sweatshirt.
Yeah, man. I think this is such a I think the hardest part is coming up with something like the idea that you just invented the hoodie, right?
Right?
Like
It's a little
like
bold of a statement,
yeah,
but
like it's like world's best
if it was
coffee.
true, if it was true though, if it was true, I'd be hyping it too. I'm telling you, like I'd be
Yeah,
slapping
like
the
if you
shout out to
got the
Champion.
original trademark, I just have a hard time, like to the point. I'm sure, like somewhere along the way, it's just hard, like because then it's like you just
Who
it's like the
somebody
idea of
somewhere didn't
onesie. Like a
right,
onesie is
right,
just like
right,
whatever Gerber says it is.
right.
Like I
But
don't
and
know.
there's bound to have been somebody who can use a needle and thread who had a sweatshirt that thought to themselves, like, God, I wish this had a hood, and sewed a damn hood on themselves. So they
Right.
might have existed beforehand, but like manufactured for the purpose of hoodie. Champion did it. New York.
Yeah, the
And
ad
it's
is
cool that
good. The
and it's
ad is
cool
good.
so it stays there, right? And it gets kind of a bad stigma actually. I read some interesting things there where like in London, like you're not allowed to wear hoodies into the restaurant. Like it's kind of like a little bit of a stigma there on the hoodie.
I like my hoodie over my hat. That's like I'm always a huge fan of that. I like to cover my ears.
Yeah.
Um
I found it interesting that they kind of like floats in that area of just being a worker's garment, essentially, until like the late 70s when there starts to be this underground like music scene happening in New York. And a lot of these people work during the day in their hoodies. And then they'd go and start scratching up beat breaks on the vinyl records and spitting the first raps ever. And so, like, there's this huge, like,
Freestyle.
push in hip hop for the hoodie. And, like, in the 90s, it just explodes. And you just got guys like Wu-Tang Clan in that photo. Every single one of them's wearing a hoodie.
Got a hood. Yeah.
Nas hoodie. They all just that New York hip hop is just you just wore a hoodie every day. That's
The
what
hoodie,
like
the
Stoops
hoodie's a
Timberland's
fresh
hoodie.
look. Yo, fresh look. There's nothing wrong with it. I guess my question too is like, how long's Champion been a company? Right? You said like
1919.
1919.
103 years.
So you're telling me, because like at one point Champion went out of business, right?
I
Like
didn't see anything that in my research
I'm just assuming they just like disappeared and then all of a sudden they were like very popular.
I think they made the clothes that other people just used for uniforms. They had this whole market of like they made
Just
the stuff that you
niche.
bought at Kmart. Like
Yeah.
they've been making clothes the whole time, but like they're like a brand
I'm
that's
just
been around
confused.
60 years longer than Nike.
Yeah, but like why just
An
now?
upstate New York brand, like
Why did it take you till 2022 to come up with the advertising of we invented the first hoodie? Like, who in their marketing department do they need to promote, on top of who do they need to fire and get rid of along the way, that you guys couldn't come up with the original branding, that you invented the original hood? You know, you'd be
you're
arguably the
right.
largest brand in
You're right.
in
In the
the
last 5
country.
years, there's been an absolute brand switch in Champion, and it's gone from bottom shelf to top shelf gear to
Top
where
flight security of the
people
world, Craig.
it means just as much as that fresh Adidas logo you have in between your vest on your hoodie there.
Shout
If
out
that
to
was a
Cole's
C,
sponsor
if
of the
that
show.
was that C, just as much. And that's a credit to their marketing team for that switch, because you're right. As a child, I wore Champion.
Yeah,
That's my class. Like that's where I'm
that
from.
I'm with you. So
And I'm
it has
proud
a
of it.
it has a see, to me it's got a little different taste in my mouth. You know, like it's
I
not.
love it. I see it.
You
I like,
know,
let's ride.
I
I've been
remember
wearing
like
that C on my
that
chest
C
since
would
I was
curl
4.
up. Yeah, that shit would
It
curl
would.
up.
It
You
would. It
know,
wasn't the
couple
best
washes, that shit
embroidery.
would fucking curl up.
But that's the
Like,
difference between a $20 Champion hoodie and an $80 Champion hoodie.
maybe.
The C don't curl up. That's the difference. The C don't curl up and the sleeve stays sewn together after a few washes. That's the difference. It's the same. It's the same difference between an Epiphone and a Gibson guitar. The Gibson is the nice wood that sounds right, and the Epiphone is the one that kind of sounds right.
Kind of sounds right. Yeah,
That's close
really,
enough.
yeah. I mean, shout out to Champion. Congratulations. I'm more
Ballin'.
impressed with the
Ballin'.
fact that it
They
took you
invented
like
the hoodie.
over 100 years to come up with the
The
marketing
marketing.
idea of fucking the original owners of the original hoodie.
That would have been on the front of my building since day one.
Like if
I
got
invented the hoodie,
I could just imagine.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, like any point in time, oh, I got a job. Oh, what do you do? I'm marketing at Champion. Oh, what are you pushing? Well, you know,
I
the cool
invented the
thing
hoodie.
is that Champion invented the hoodie, but for some reason they don't talk about it. Like you're like, what?
What?
Why did you?
Why?
You would have been popular back then. People fucking love hoodies.
This
No.
right? Yo, I will
They
say
love
this though.
hoodies.
When I was a kid, they weren't called hoodies. That happened like later in my life. Like growing up, they were just a sweatshirt. They weren't separated in class until, I swear, like my teenage years. Like late 90s, they were like the hoodie, and people started calling it a hoodie, and it was different than a crew neck sweatshirt. It was different than a jacket. It was a hoodie. and because I don't, it wasn't like that when I was a kid. I had hoodies as a kid, but they just
No.
weren't. They weren't separate. They weren't different than the other sweatshirts in my buckets.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Like the evolution of the English language, right? Like how something like the word lit becomes
Right,
cool.
right,
You
right.
know, like just shit where you're
Hoodie
like it just
wasn't in the
sticks.
early candor of my childhood speak. I don't think that
Yeah.
was the right sentence there,
It's
but
like and
it's kind of
the
like that was
it's an
upside down 69 in it there.
yeah, I'll give you kind of a little reverse idea. It's kind of,
Drink.
here's the idea is like here you go. Like my parents growing up were always mom and dad.
Right.
Somewhere along the way, they have become Mo and Pops. I
Right.
don't know where along that journey the
No
rebrand
definitive
happened.
moment. No definitive
No,
moment. Over
but now
time.
they have been rebranded,
Yes,
right? And
definitely.
that's what it
They're
is.
cooler.
That's
They're a lot like Champion. They have a cooler rebrand now.
yes, much cooler rebrand. Like so, you went from mom and dad to like
To
Mo and
Mo and
Pops,
Pops, like you invented
right?
cool.
Right? Yeah, like, and so that's where you get to some point where you're like, oh, like oh, it used to be just a sweatshirt, now it's a hoodie. Like they used to
Yeah.
just be shoes, right?
Now the
Now
kicks.
now the kicks, right? Like so, used to be a chair, then they called it a seat.
Shit, I sit on thrones, brah.
Shit on thrones. Oh no, sit on.
Yeah, I shit on thrones as well. By the way, shout out Ma Dukes. That we called the toilet a throne for pretty much my entire life. So
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
throne. Like that's
I'm
where you
with. Hey,
sit
bro. I have a couple of sessions
on my
on
Starship
my
Enterprise. The captain's chair is
the
also the commode. You know what I'm saying?
star date
Make it so.
11
That's for my
11
Trekkies out there.
22.
That's for my Trekkies out there. Oh, let's have another beer and talk XFL.
Yeah, I was like speaking of Trekkies.
Go on. Go on. What do you got? You
I
look
don't
thirsty.
know. Yeah, I definitely am. I have two options here, Ken. Ooh, both are in the abyss. But I'm gonna try this one first. Shout out Pelican Brewing since '96, Oregon Coast.
Pelican.
Out of the muck, bro. Out of the muck.
The muck.
I love it. I love it out there.
The muck and the Maya.
The Cape Crasher, probably referencing Cape Mears there, which is right outside of the Tillamook area, which is a great, beautiful little area. The P&W Indian Pale Ale. I got this, Kenny, because I love anything branded directly towards the P&W, right? Like my favorite golf course out here is the Wildwood Golf Course because they own the Squatch, they crush, they're all about the Northwest. So I've never had a P&W IPA specifically.
Interesting.
Yeah. Bad pour.
Proud of you. That looks delicious. Well, while we wait for your foam to die to hear about your beer, I'm gonna ain't no secret here. I bought a you in a pack, all right, and I've been drinking.
Get this
all
man
night.
a you win a pack.
So this is my first introduced cutthroat here on the show, but this is not my first cutthroat of the night. My man.
Look at that
the
guy.
Utah State fish, the rainbow trout, the cutthroat trout. Remember that time we took my bachelor party? I wanted to pull one of these out of Strawberry Reservoir, and instead it just rained on us for 2 days. It's amazing.
That was such a interesting camping experience. I think I remember us hopping into the car and like warming up for a bit
for many hours. A few
Brew
hours.
was there. The cars just running.
It just rained the whole time.
Oh, a bit horrible.
Had it been nice weather, I don't think it would have been as memorable. And so I'm grateful for that. But that is a night I will never forget, but for the wrong reasons. That was my bachelor party, and it was just wet and cold, and we never saw the sun. We didn't fish a single bit. I think one of us threw some lines out in the middle of the night because we were drunk. We're like, "Fuck you in the fucking rain. We're gonna
It was
fucking
wet.
fish. We're gonna fucking fuck you, fish." And we didn't catch anything. I don't even think I hit the water, to be honest. But I'll never forget that night, and it did not go as planned. But
Shout out
I
to the
could not
boys
have planned
though.
it better.
Yeah, shout out to the boys for the we had a bunch of
Commitment,
tarps. We had a bunch of tarps.
tense commitment.
Everybody
Some of them,
was going hard.
yo, Mike would say he's like, I slept great that night.
No, I did not. Things
I
got
didn't
wet
sleep a
and
wink.
cold, man.
I didn't sleep a wink. And again, bachelor party for the wrong reasons. Didn't sleep a wink.
Bro.
Great, classic stuff.
That was a good time though. You know, it's not I mean, we had a night at the bar, and then we had a night in the woods, the wilderness. And it got cold. And you know, we bonded together as brothers in the wet, damp, moist
It's gross.
weather.
69. Sorry, I just felt like we were going down that road anyways. I just pushed us into that pool. Okay, so you brought this up. I didn't see any of this, and so you're gonna have to lead us here. But XFL had their first draft, second.
Dude. Well, I mean,
Google.
there's been three attempts. This is the third attempt of the XFL, right?
Right, because pandemic killed the second attempt.
I mean, did the pandemic kill it? I mean, really?
I think the season happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, what I think you bring up this great point,
Whoa.
right?
AJ McCarron was drafted.
AJ McCarron's in the XFL.
Martavius Bryant. All I'm saying, bro, there's a couple of names I saw right away that got me interested.
Let's see. So you got, just for the listeners, all right, XFL.
XFL.
Yo,
So this is Vince McMahon still, right? From
No,
WWE.
The Rock owns this.
The Rock owns this now.
The Rock owns this.
Formerly Vince McMahon, though, right? This is Vince McMahon's XFL.
Yeah, this now was like with the WWF or WWE now or whatever. And yeah, The Rock owns it now. So more structure, I'm assuming. Definitely probably more financial backing. The rumor has it the goal is for it to try to be a minor league team, you know?
Gotcha.
They
want to work in conjunction with the Big Dog Tour the right way.
Yeah, like, you know, you really don't have. Every league has a minor league. So the G League, NBA G League's been really well, right? It's gotten a lot better over the last couple of years, and then they came up with the two-way system.
Great.
Yeah,
the two-way contracts was the game changer, right?
That was a really cool thing. Because it gives you the ability to come up, you know, and that's how baseball is. Baseball, you can go back, forth, up, down, all that crap. You know, hockey has a minor league system too, but you got 8 teams, right? You got the DC Defenders, you got the St. Louis Battlehawks. Is this right? Right? Did they bring the St. Louis Battlehawks back? Right? Yeah,
I saw them. Yeah,
yeah. This was 4 hours ago. Okay. The San Antonio Brahmas. What up, Brahma? Orlando Guardians, Vegas Vipers, the Seattle Sea Dragons. Might have to go check out one of those games. Arlington Renegades, Houston Roughnecks. For some reason, everybody loves to shove like 17 million sports teams into the state of Texas.
Because they show up for games.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Let's see here. I got this isn't a very organized thing. I don't know why it's not. Well, I mean, it's not for me to know. Like, I
So
was trying.
let me ask you something. All right.
Yeah,
On this
yeah.
69th episode of Two Homies Chatting, what's your team? Like, do you go into this and choose a team? Do you go into this just curious? Because I'm fired up for this. I remember the wasn't the first iteration of the XFL. I remember it. It was fascinating.
Bro, went all 4 home games. Las Vegas Outlaws. Me and my dad, all 4 home
Yeah,
games.
that's so you were there.
Yo, he hate me. Shout out if you're listening
Right?
to this
I remember
episode.
the nicknames, and that was right around the and one period when Skip to My Lou was playing, and so that was just so cool, so fiery. That
Skip
was
to my
fun,
Lou
man.
actually got some minutes in the NBA too. Yo, he was
I
nice.
remember
He made
that.
his
No
transition.
joke.
I think he hate me into playing a little bit for the Panthers.
I
If
think
I
so
could
too.
remember right.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that shit was fun. Like by like 5 minutes into the first quarter, I was in the 8th grade when the XFL was in Vegas. Vegas Outlaws. They tried to do that smash mouth. They did the whole like sprint and dive for the football
Yo,
to see who gets the kickoff, and then like the first homie like
yep.
dislocates his shoulder, and they like scratch that idea. Um, but like
Um,
yeah, dude, they do. I mean, that shit was sick. But 5 minutes into the first quarter, the whole Sam Boyd Stadium smelled like marijuana. And as an 8th grader, that can really shape a young man sometimes.
yeah, it sure can.
You're like, what's that smell? Like,
Shout out to the
gasoline.
Vegas Vipers, head coach Rod Woodson.
Ooh, okay. Keeping it with the Raiders. Oh,
I like that
that's
connection. Arlington Renegades is Bob Stoops' team, by the way, head coach. That's going to be fun.
yeah. I think that there's a really cool product here that could be different, right? Like one,
I think so
I
too. It
think
needs a feeder league. You need a feeder league.
yeah, and
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're solid. You're right. But like The Rock really hasn't given us a bad product yet,
Not once.
right? Like
Not once. Everything he's
y-
done.
it's all been cool. Like then you have his business partner, Danny Garcia, who now it's like you have the first professional sports league where there's a female name, I think, on the ball, right? Like
Yeah,
so you
like
got the Rock's signature on one side, and then Danny Garcia on the other. So I mean, there's some cool stuff that could be happening. So I think it'll be really
yo,
interesting.
I'm already intrigued, and here's what's catching me. Yo, you ever ask yourself, I wonder what Heinz Ward is up to? What's Heinz Ward doing these days?
He used
Well,
to be a coordinator,
you know what he's doing? He's head coach of the San Antonio Brahmas. That's what he's doing. He's
bro.
splashing. Wade
That's
Phillips.
it.
You ever wonder what happened to Wade Phillips?
Yo, you ever wonder what happened to this old ass motherfucker who should have retired 10 years ago?
He's
Wade
still in
Phillips.
Houston. He's still in Houston coaching the Roughnecks, brah.
I hope it's a really fun product. And I hope it's better than what the problem is everybody wants to compare these leagues to the NFL, right? But the NFL is the cat's pajamas, okay? And so you can't compare. This is just going to be highly amped minor league sports. And if you go to a minor league baseball game, or like fucking mistakes happen all the time. So like, you
It's
know,
minor league. You're not. It's
yeah.
not. It's not the NFL product, but it
Yeah.
is good.
It's like
And
watching
there
Corn Ferry Golf.
and yes, and I love the Corn Ferry Tour. I love to watch that.
Great,
I watch
great
that. The
golfers.
Champions Tour is another good example of this because I think you'll get guys that didn't quite make it in the league that are good enough to play football, like AJ McCarron, who will get chances in the XFL, and so you're going to get pretty good football. I'm excited. I'm all about it. I'm pumped on that, and I like the involvement of the females, like you're talking the co-owner of the XFL is his business partner. I like that. Um,
Grow the game.
grow it.
Grow the game. You know, because you got that's what is so you gotta expand your content to match all audiences to survive, right? everybody loves sports. Not everybody. That's just a general statement. Lots of people love sports, but lots of people love sports that they might not typically like if they're represented.
Fair. It's totally
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
fair.
I mean, that's all you want, right? But I hope they just put out something good, dude. That's really all I
I'm
hope.
excited. I'm gonna watch. I'm a little torn by our next episode 70. This is episode 69.
69.
69. By
Don't
the
get,
next
hey,
episode,
I know that
I'm
was a
gonna have
tongue
my
twister.
team. I'm gonna have my team. Right now, I'm torn. I don't know if I'm a Vipers guy or I'm gonna join you on the Seattle Battle Dragon.
That's kind of,
Dragons,
I'm a little
Dragons,
torn.
Battle Dragons?
Sea Dragons. Seattle Sea Dragons.
Battle
Yeah.
Dragons sounds dope, dude, by the way.
Seattle
should
Sea
consider
Dragons.
Because I like the S Dragon logo is dope. But the
Yo,
Vipers
and the
gear
color
looks fresh
scheme.
too. Color scheme is dope. It matches. But I could make it to a Vipers game. Seattle's a little further away, but got a special place in my heart as well. So
Yeah, Seattle's a hop skip, you know.
no, I could
Vegas
jump on
is a
plane.
journey.
I spent a year of my life up there. I know what it's like to be rained on every single
Come
day.
on up. You know, they have this expression when you go to a Seahawks game that sun always shines at kickoff.
That's a lie. Speaking of sunshine and a kickoff, I don't know if you've seen some of the weather forecasts for this week's NFL games, but my Cleveland Browns are going up to Buffalo, I think, but they're predicting historic levels of snow in Buffalo, including the lake effect. They're thinking 48 plus inches of snow might fall. And I just love this time of year when you put on your hoodies and your vests and you bundle up and you go watch a football game where they play in the snow.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm
with you. I'm like that too. Yeah, I'm with you. Bad weather games are they're like beautiful to watch. It's like poetry.
There's so many good Patriots games that you've had in the snow. The one against the Raiders in the playoffs comes to mind.
Oh, Vinatieri against the Titans that Tom Brady just
threw for like 500 yards against the Titans. Is that what you said?
Titans in the snow. Yeah.
That one came
at one point. He was
like
7 for 7, 300 some odd yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Randy Moss had 4 touchdowns and 200 plus yards. That's like, man. Tom and Randy. That
was the best, dude.
I mean, that's the only time he's ever had. That's the only time he's ever had a receiver that was like just unworldly, right? Like, what did he do with it? Like Tom Brady has always had. He hasn't had great receivers, but he's had these great receivers, right? Like Troy Brown to me is a great receiver. Deion Branch, David Patton, David Givens. Then you had Julian Edelman, but then you get like a Gronk, got to say his name, but Hernandez was nice, bad off the field, but he was nice on the field. Yeah, Benjamin Watson, all those guys were Ben Coates, these big pillars, but like
Patriots
he never had like
that.
He never had a go deep
that the Browns now imitate.
Yeah,
you're right,
like,
and he had one.
Randy's
and he had one that one year. That one
Yeah.
year, and all he did was break every NFL record.
Oh man, they were
they were good.
It was like
fun. That was a lot of fun. I remember that vividly.
Yeah, those were. I mean, we lost. I mean, shout out Eli. Like you're funny, so it makes up for the pain.
Yeah, you're all right.
Like,
do you watch Manning Cast? So should we crack beers and talk Manning Cast? Because I want to get your take, but I don't know if you're ready. I got a little bit left here on my cutthroat before I get into my next.
I got like one more chug. Okay, I got one more chug. Let's go Manning Cast. Let's go the league. All right.
We do need to talk the league.
Sunset off. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope everybody's been enjoying this,
69th episode.
Orally
Two Homies
entertaining
Chatting.
episode.
That was the best run yet. Oh, damn. I've just been saying 69. I'm not very creative. As much as I can.
I've been like kind of trying, but then sometimes it's hard to think about what I'm gonna say and then try to come up with a reference to segue into what
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
let's be
say.
honest. We're not professionals.
No, we do this as a hobby on the side.
Oh, I don't watch
No.
Manningcast. I love what they do, and I'm so glad that they do it. And it's just proof that there's a need. Like, we love football so much that there's a need for alternate broadcasts on any game all the time. Prime Vision is another example. I watch Prime Vision whenever I watch Thursday Night Football. I love the advanced stats. I geek out so hard on it. I don't even care. I'm not like an analytics guru. I'm not studying film. I just see the numbers and it pleases me. I like that. But I don't watch Manningcast. I don't watch Manningcast. I just like Monday Night Football is great. I love it. It didn't need to be messed with. And so I just don't, but I'm glad they're doing it. I think it's cool.
I can appreciate the alternative, like you said. Right. And you're right. I think the problem is you needed Manningcast last year because your Monday Night Football booth was soft.
Right? It's the best booth now.
No, Aikman.
Who's better?
Nah. Who's better
Nance,
than Aikman?
Romo.
Every motherfucker's better than Aikman.
I like
Aikman's
Aikman.
a bum.
I like Aikman. Aikman's not a bum. You're a
Aikman's
bum.
a bum.
Aikman has autographed football cards for Halloween. He's not a bum. Aikman's not a bum. He's good. And I like Joe Buck. Joe Buck is great.
I would say that I think the Nance Romo combo is arguably
Nance is the best anywhere you put him.
Smoother flow than Buck Aikman. But to your point, back to the Manningcast, not I don't want to go down that hole. But like you don't need it this year. You needed it last year because your Monday Night Football booth was like Dan Orlovsky and fucking Louis Riddick or some shit like that.
Right. Shout out to a former Cleveland Brown, Louis Riddick. Love him. And it was Steve Levy was in there as well.
Steve
Levy.
Levy.
They did a good job, but there was three of them, and it was greasy. It was
Brian Greasy. Yeah.
And
son
Theo
of
Riddick.
Bob Greasy, 1972 Miami Dolphin championship quarterback.
Right.
So like I'm with you. Like the problem with the Manningcast is they don't know how to interview. So like they want it to be like drinking beer with your buddy. And
they
if
do,
you really,
but
and if you it would work if they were together.
They need us, is what they need.
But like it would work if it was like Peyton, Eli, and the guest in the same room, like doing it. But because there's technology, they're like how we do. Sometimes we overlap each other. Like there's delays, So like they don't know how to interview, and they want to talk football. So like really, the power's on the guest. So you do need like somebody captivating, like a Marshawn Lynch, to make it entertaining. Obama, or like somebody like
Vince
Pat
Vaughn.
McAfee. Russell
Pat
Wilson
McAfee's
did
number
it.
one, dude.
Like somebody with a very strong personality that can talk,
presence and understanding
and lead
almost.
them.
They need to be led in that area. You're right.
Yeah, they suck at interviewing. I don't know why they don't practice at it.
Right? They practiced at the quarterbacking.
Yeah, like they definitely, but like to your point, they don't need Manningcast this year because the booth is strong.
You know what else is strong?
What's strong?
The best IPA to ever IPA, the Trader IPA from Uinta Brewing Company.
Ooh. The best IPA to ever IPA? Well, I challenge that IPA with an IPA that stands at a higher elevation, which is 10 Barrel. Shout out, local style.
10 Barrel.
Out of Bend again. Holla.
Bend again.
When nature calls. Episode.
Orally.
The mountain IPA. The mountain IPA. Shit.
A Mountain Dew
Uh,
IPA.
just standing at a peak above your regular ass IPA.
Oh, those are all references Josh drink.
Oh, so funny.
We have a good
funny.
time.
We try our best.
We have a good time. We have a good time.
We try our best, bro. And I think that's, the thing that I appreciate is, we like to get together. We like to have some beers. We have weeks where it doesn't work, right? We just flow, right? You had a little slap and tickle last week, which
I had COVID. Yo, shout out listeners. COVID is real, by the way.
COVID
I can
is
confirm
real.
this. I did not have it ever before, and I now finally had it. It flew through our house, and dude, it fucked me up.
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie, it fucked me up.
Juice.
I shit my pants for 3 days. I don't know how it affected you, but I shit my pants for 3 days, and I'm still a little iffy in that area, if you know what I mean.
I had a homie
Mom.
go. You know how I know I had COVID? I couldn't stop shitting myself. And I was like,
I'm happy to hear that. I'm just happy to hear I'm not the only one that's how I knew. And also those little those tests that you do at home. I took them for 3 years, right, during a pandemic, and they were always negative. And I was like, I'm probably fucking doing this wrong. No, I was doing it right, because when I had COVID and I was shitting myself, every single one was positive, dude.
Bro, I remember you sent me the picture, and then you're like, I'm gonna go get another test, and I'm like, why the fuck do you need the one time I got COVID so far, I think
I was testing like a motherfucker, I took that dude.
Test, I remember the testing thing said, like, give it 2 minutes to give you the best result, and that shit turned to positive like in 10 fucking seconds, like
right away. That's exactly right. I was tested positive, and we're all fine now. Everybody's fine. It flew through our house. We're all. You mean
COVID got a case of house Ange? That's what.
That's
COVID
right.
got.
That's what's up.
That's right.
That's what's up. It came through. Right. I will say that I think I got a lesser case of it due to my vaccination status. So I will say that I do think that shit is real, and as soon as I am eligible, I will probably go get a booster.
They say there's like six of them.
There's like so many of them. So many of them, and I am more.
You gotta get honestly 6 different boosters.
I'll get them all.
You gotta get them all. You gotta get all the boosters.
I will catch every single fucking one of those Pokemons. I swear to you. Because I don't ever want to shit myself. I don't ever want to shit myself like I did for that 3 days, man. I'm not into that. I'm not into that, bro.
Dude, there's nothing worse.
I'm not into it, man. I'm not even feeling like that. Like, I couldn't leave the 10-foot radius of my own throne. I'm just saying, COVID is real. Wash your hands. If you're uncomfortable or you feel sick, wear a mask. I didn't go anywhere. The second I started testing positive, I'm like, I ain't leaving. I'll tell you what, I did my grocery shopping on the app, and they put it in the back of the truck. We were just chilling, sick, quarantined. Allie was bored. They give you
rewards for that shit.
I got so many rewards, bro. So many rewards. We went and bought toys at Target, and they just dropped them off in the back of the truck. But
bro, that's such a nice. Yeah, that's such a nice. The
world has changed since the pandemic. Yeah, and if you can't have interaction with people, you can still have all of the same luxuries that we have, and that's nice.
Yeah, I think.
Plus, you can DoorDash anything. You know what my wife DoorDashed? I love my wife so much.
What's she DoorDash?
We got a Magic 8-Ball.
Oh, for real?
She had put silly.
Were you pudding. Like Magic 8-Ball? Do we still have COVID?
Every morning.
Probably not.
I'm saying yes. It said every day, every single day. It was actually more reliable than the take-home test, to be honest.
You're here to hear first on this episode 69. Two homies chatting. If you think you have COVID, Get yourself a magic 8-ball test. It's just as accurate.
Yo, if you shit in your pants, don't go to work.
The worst part about getting something like that going on is that, like, when you start, shitting on your pants and stuff like that, then the wipe the wipe just gets raw. I mean, unless you got like a nice bidet
Dude,
system.
These are the details. These are the details the listeners don't need, but you're right. You're right, dude. They got those Kleenexes now. You got the Kleenex with the lotion infused. Why they haven't infused lotion into toilet paper, I don't know yet.
There's got to be some FDA,
they gotta do it.
CDC.
Somebody needs to put lotion in that toilet paper. Call it COVID paper. I don't give a shit what you call it. Just it hurts, man.
God damn, Kenny.
Like, I'm a two-a-dayer. Like, one or two a day.
We're talking like 2 a day. I'm like a four a day.
But see, that's my COVID level, dude. I was like 4 to 6 times a day is unnatural, bro. You gotta get your shit checked.
No,
you need to, as your friend and co-host of Two Homies Chatting, the podcast THC episode 69 today, Circle K. Check that out, bro.
Hold on.
You know what shit in your pants feels a lot like? It feels a lot like going 2-8 in the only league in where you have to broadcast your results over the airways of podcast radio. The only league that I'm 2-8 in is the one league that I have to answer for in public. This is messed up, dude. I'm struggling, bro. I can't win a matchup. I had a couple of good weeks. I'm not winless, but I am 2-8. What the hell do I do, bro?
I will say this, I want to dive heavy into the Two Homies Chatting league,
please.
I will say I'm in the same situation. I was in the same situation that you were in another league, and I made a big trade, and that trade,
So when I didn't accept your trade earlier in the season, you're saying probably where I could have maybe had that booster moment, and I maybe missed that trade.
The thing
you're saying that happened to you,
yeah. But what was happening for me was like I was overthinking the play, and I just had to get the extra pieces off the roster, fill the pieces that I needed to fill, so I could like declutter. Right, like I just had too much. I was overthinking my roster too much. So like for you, like for me, I needed a running back. So I had like Amari Cooper. I already had an excess of wide receivers. So I traded, right? But like, I mean, for me, even in Two Homies Chatting, like my team is slightly garbage.
Where are you at? Where are you at in the standings?
I'm in fourth. I should be in third, but Britty Boo hot me due to points.
Yeah, because you guys are both 4-4.
He put up like 200 fucking points last week or some shit like that.
Right. But there's only one team that's 2-8. That's me.
Well, the question now, Ken, is let's just take a look here. Okay, you're 2-8. Okay, Hellfire is 3-7, and shout out to Wolf Dogs 3-7. So this is how my brain would process this, and how I would think is you have to get to the 8 seed to be in the playoffs. If you can get
do I have
to the playoffs,
anything? Am I mathematically eliminated? Yeah. 2 wins and I'm in, right?
Yeah, because all you need is Hellfire and Wolf Dogs to lose.
Well,
right. So if both those teams lose, right, and you're playing who you play this week, Hustle and Trust. You ain't winning. And Wolf Dogs and Hellfire.
Now you're
play
seeing the
each
full
other.
picture, bro. It's
Wolf
not
Dogs
looking
and
good.
Hellfire play each other. Oh, that's so funny.
One of them's gonna
Yeah.
lose, but I don't
So,
think
hey,
I'm gonna
Kenny,
win, man. I don't
um,
think I'm gonna win, dude.
so
I don't have a
do you want to give
chance.
me Nick Chubb or DeAndre Hopkins or Amari Cooper, or you won't give me anybody
So
in the
you're
meantime?
trying to offload to help you now. You understand my position that I have nothing to play for now.
No, I think that
I'm
you can.
mathematically eliminated from the
Hold
playoffs.
on. No, you're
There's
not
no way I can make
mathematically.
it. I
That's
can't make it.
no.
Do you think I can make it to the playoffs sitting 2-8 and win a championship this year?
I don't think you can win a championship, but I think that you're
What
not
if I did?
mathematical. You're not mathematically out
If you
of
get
the
in the
playoffs.
dance, anything can happen.
100%.
Right? Like
Right?
if I get in the
You
dance
wanna fucking
at 4-8.
I've witnessed you win a fantasy football championship with
Right.
Brandon Whedon as your quarterback.
That's right.
All right,
Garden
like
of Whedon, dude.
yeah, like
I'm a
that's like
defending
one
champion
of
this
it's
season.
one of the
Like, I'm not a
greatest
joke.
sports
Like, I'm
performances.
active.
Yeah,
I
like
win
it's
money
one of the
every
greatest
week.
performances I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I mean, it's top notch. It's fucking
Brandon
Brad
Whedon.
Johnson Bucks. It's fucking Trent Dilfer Ravens performance type of shit.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
like
Shouldn't
Doug
be there.
Williams, Redskins performance type of shit. Like, but if you can win this weekend, okay, Kenny, let me just share. Okay, you win this weekend, yeah, then you control your destiny, because then in week 12,
I have Brownie the Stiff. I got Dylon.
Fuck,
which is a
man,
team
I
that
don't know,
I would
man.
need to win. I would need to beat them because he's sitting 4-6 right now.
Because you have to.
I would have to win out.
Okay, so you have
what's our
this week,
playoff cutoff?
next week,
I don't
the
even know our
14th
season.
week 14 is the last week of our regular season, and then the 15th, 16th, 17th is playoffs.
We got week 17 still, all the way to the end.
Yeah, second to last game.
That's exciting. Well, right, second. So not the last.
Second
week.
to last game. Yeah, no, I never do the last. You can't do the last week because teams sit out
bench
players.
sit players because things were locked in.
Yeah, they never do it the second
week
to last
14.
week.
My quarterback has a bye. I can't believe a bye week that late for the Packers. Damn, that's crazy.
Wait, Packers have week 14 bye?
Yeah, dude.
Roger Goodell was on that ayahuasca trip, huh?
He was like,
he's like, oh, Aaron, I got you, dog. I got
week
you.
14, you got to get healthy.
Yo, real quick though, Kenny, I just want to highlight the league. Shout out to the homies, Hustle and Trust at 1, 2, my homies chatting at 2, Pity the Gritty 3,
right,
Traceland 4, Team Hamilton. Shout out Hamilton. Go check out our homie Andy Hamilton comedy.
He's active today,
doing big
bro.
Things. Doing
stuck
big
in
things.
traffic. Stuck in traffic. I see your moves, Andy. I see you out there.
Dude, stuck in traffic. Dude. I ain't texting driving, I ain't moving, motherfucker.
No, I get the notifications and they pop up on my thing and it says Andy Hamilton made a roster move. I go, okay.
Made a roster.
Okay, Andy. I see you.
At the 6 seed, dude looks like a Brady. 7, Brownie the Stiff. 8, Wolf Dogs. 9, Hellfire. 10.
Shout out James. Bro,
hey, yo, nothing rhymes better than the 10 2-line Ken. What up?
I'll tell you what, man. I don't care what the record shows. Any given Sunday, anything can happen, especially in fantasy football. And I don't care if I'm mathematically eliminated or not. I'm coming for you, Colton. I'm coming to win this week. And
Cole Kmet put up 32 fucking points last week. You do not know what's going to happen in this. Joe Mixon.
I knew that was going to happen. I picked him up 3 weeks ago, bro. Come on. Justin Fields can run the football. When a quarterback can run, the tight end is open. That's just duh. If a quarterback is running the football, like the tight end is open, pick him up. Come on, bro.
Just duh. I love
Come
that. We should
on.
just make that like a T-shirt.
That's
That's
just
just
duh.
duh. Too
Duh,
okay.
bruh.
Duh,
Duh, bruh.
Yeah, I'm
Insane.
loving. The one thing I enjoy is a competitive fantasy football league, right?
I love
And
it. I
I
wish
will
people would talk
say
about their leagues more. There's this stigma where nobody wants to hear about your league. I want to hear about it.
nobody.
Tell
And I
me
kind
about
of want
your
to
league.
make a last place punishment, and I'm going to propose something to you,
Oh,
Ken.
fuck.
And
Oh,
and I
shit.
and I know that this is a bad proposal, but I saw this the other day, and I
We
thought,
need
man,
waivers signed.
no, this was all right. So this dude, I saw this clip on Instagram, I think, and it was a dude goes to the waitress, is like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm gonna be here for a very long time. I was last place in my fantasy football league, and I have to eat one pancake to shave off an hour, and I have to be here for 24 hours." Right? It was
But if he
IHOP.
ate 24 pancakes, he could go.
Go home, 24 pancakes.
Oh, dude, I'm in.
So I want to propose this. I not necessarily IHOP. I was thinking something like a Del Taco. Like
Tacos?
you got to eat.
That's a great idea.
You got to be in a Del Taco
Oh, my
for
God.
24 hours. But if you eat 24 tacos,
You can go
like
home.
it's not.
But
too,
if you only put down 18, you have to still put in 6 hours in the Del Taco.
6 hours, yeah. Like
Dude, I'm putting down
you,
24 in the first hour.
No, I'm fucking crushing 24 times. That shit's gonna be one. I'm not gonna be last place, but two.
Can we get a DocuSign account so we can get everybody to sign agreeing to this?
If everybody agrees,
If I'm last, I will do this and film it for the
yeah.
for the videos.
I'm a big fan of this idea. Now, I also feel like if I also feel like my taco idea is not strong enough. On the tummy.
Don't you doubt. No,
like,
I think that's a good one.
Like
24 tacos.
filling.
But 24 tacos is a lot too.
But I will tell you this, like on the counter, like if I played in the league and I got last place and I had to eat 24 pancakes to get out, like, bro, I'm gonna spend like fucking 18 hours in that goddamn IHOP. That's just like
tough.
my tummy ain't got it, and they make them pancakes the size of the fucking footballs, them plates.
But they bring them out. They
put a circle ass pancake on an oval plate.
But they put them out 3 at a time. So you're talking. What is that? That's only 6 plates. That's less than that. That's 6 plates.
No, isn't that 7?
Yeah, 3, 3, 3, and 3 is 4.
6.
8 plates.
My bad.
That's 12. 3 times 4 is 12 times 2 is 24. So that's 8 plates. So you got 8 plates of pancakes to eat. In like, could you do 2 hours? In 2 hours?
No,
like you can't look at
it. No,
in
like
2 hours.
I
could
swear,
you do it?
I'm spending.
I'm confident.
70% of my day at an IHOP.
You just bring your laptop.
Work that way.
You're in
Can't.
meetings.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, yo, I'm chilling. Sorry to take up your booth. I hope you're not busy. Like,
just tip. They don't care. Just tip them.
Yeah,
whatever.
I gotta just like. I think that's the other painful part too of the financial abuse behind the fucking.
Oh, dude, you're gonna spend $100 in just tips. Like pancakes is free. To be honest, if you go to the right IHOP, they just bring. What about to you. Buy coffee? They bring them to you, but like you got to tip if you're gonna be there that long.
Like I'm trying to think, like maybe cheeseburgers, maybe tacos. Tacos seems like you could.
I think tacos. I think it's tacos. Because
even
it's
if
good,
it's
good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough. Right? 24 tacos. Dealer's choice, 12 soft, 12 hard.
Dude, that's at least 2 hours. Like
12.
I'm putting in 2 hours at a Del Taco for sure. Like, because I'm not gonna put down 24 in like 20 minutes. Like that's not a sitting for me. I'm sorry. At 4 tacos, I need a break. Like,
what
I'm
time of the night?
Around. Do I get to have like a cigarette break? Or I gotta go outside? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Or do
no.
You
have to like ask. You can't leave this. You can't even go potty.
That's fucked up, man.
You better.
I can't even like go potty.
Can't go potty, dog.
Can we say potty? Is that allowed on the podcast?
I don't know.
They edit? Is potty allowed? Is fuck? I don't know, man.
I mean, what's wrong with potty? Do you not go potty?
I do. I call potty. Potty is everything, and now I'm a grown ass adult sitting in a business meeting, and I say to my counterparts, "Excuse me, I need to go potty," and they look at me like, "You gotta go potty, bro?" And I gotta go. Sorry, man. I got kids. That's a real story, bro. That's real.
Sorry,
real
sorry, bro. I got a dog, and I gotta take him potty.
I gotta go potty. Fuck it. I've
You don't
shit
go
myself.
potty.
I have COVID. Fuck.
I'm not gonna. I might have perma COVID, but because it sounds like we shit the same during that time. You know what I mean?
We have a lot of fun here on Two Homies Chatting, the podcast THC, and this has been episode 69.
That's, you know what though, like, Ken,
Because
like
69 hours of us drinking beer together. I'm proud.
Just crazy. That's a crazy
I'm proud of it.
amount of time. Yeah.
My kids can listen to me drink beer with my best friend. I wish that I could go and listen to my grandpa drink beer with his friends. I wish that was recorded. I do.
How funny will that be? Like, you know, Double A grows up, and you know, I envision she takes after her mama a little bit with kind of the high, like the. I was listening to episode 69 of you and Uncle Trace's podcast today, Dad.
She'll have a lot to say.
Yeah, you know, like just that question.
I'm sure she'll have
that question.
Some great feedback. I'm sure I'll get a lot of good notes.
You guys are dumb.
I thought so then, and I just wanted you to know that I still think so now.
Proudly dumb. But I want you to know
proud to be
this
here,
dumb
man.
fed
I'm
you
proud
every
to be
day.
a part of it.
Okay, bro.
I'm proud to be a part of it with you, dude. Whatever. This is like this is art that's not going to be appreciated until way after we're gone. Like we're creating it, bro. We're out there. This is some Sistine Chapel shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're painting the roof. We're painting the roof, but nobody can pay attention to the roof right now because we're working on it. And one day they're going to look up and they're going to be like, oh my God, there's 500 hours of these two guys drinking beer together. This is a work of art.
Somebody's going to come across it at some point and be like,
69, drink Josh.
I do like that concept. Like, you know, when you go out and you're like, hey man, let's just do this podcast.
Why not? Everybody has one.
It is art. Yeah, I mean, we're nobodies, right? But we choose to be nobody. We have our crowd. Shout out moms.
Mom, I love you, moms.
We love y'all. Like, we dippity do what we dippity do. So it's just we dippity do, baby.
We do it. We do it.
I'm not gonna lie though. I've been really proud of. I'm gonna say this, Ken. You know, as we sunset off into the abyss tonight, and we know we're coming into Turkey Day next week, right? Turkey Day next week, next Thursday.
We're gonna do a Turkey Day episode.
I would love to do that. I'm a big fan of football and food. You know, then we're out in Utah. Yep. We're out
live episodes coming your way.
We're out in the 801 live episodes coming. Check us out on Twitch. I don't know if that's true, actually. That would be sick, though. I think that I would love one time. All right, I'm just going to propose this now. Okay, before we sunset. Let's live stream us, hang out, and watch like a Thursday night game or something like that.
Let's do it.
Like some shit like that.
Do that.
Like I don't know how that works technologically.
I can look into that.
Yeah, but I would love to do something like that. I think that would be fucking super fun. I don't know.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do that. We got that coming up.
Too.
Well, you were just closing us out, I think. I gotta pee.
I don't know.
I know you have to pee.
Yo, nature calls. You know?
Dude, it calls so loud right now. We've been going hard. 4 quarters, 4 beers, 2 homies, chatting it up. Episode 69. Drink Josh. Just bring it to you live fire. If you stuck in traffic, you didn't get to drink like Josh did, and go home and have a beer and just cheers us, spiritually.
And if you want to go back, make sure you crack open this beer, a couple beers. Honestly, you're gonna have to have a beer test this episode. This episode's full of.
That's why I like cargo pants, because you can have 6 beers in your pants. You got your
then you have the vest, Ken. You got the vest with the cargo pants.
Oh, the vest can hold 6 beers alone.
The vest with the cargo pants. You got pockets at the top, Ken.
Fucking 12-pack. I'm a walking fucking 12-pack.
And it's cold outside, so the beer stay cold. It's cold outside, so the beer stay cold.
Saying.
Wow. It's not on the inside of the vest, it's on the outside of the vest, listeners.
Sherpa.
Get yourself a vest, everybody. It's good for the holidays. Vest Hoodie. Shout out to Champion. Bro, you look good.
They invented the hoodie. I put this on too, just to be fresh, extra fresh.
Shout out to the former CEO that got fired for not realizing that it took you 106 years to figure out that your brand phrase should be, we invented the hoodie.
It's working now.
It's working now. Shout out to the person that got that pay raise for that too.
Yeah.
That's a come up. I bet you're in a 3-bedroom apartment
CEO now.
In the sky. Yeah, like some person was like, have you guys ever Googled Champion? And they're like, no. Did you guys know we invented the hoodie? Wait, what?
No.
We invented the hoodie? And then Champion was like, we should probably put that on our walls. The story of Wiggly Ken.
Dude, I gotta pee, bro. I'm about to pee my pants, dog. I'm 37. My prostate's not as strong as it used
to be. We appreciate everybody for listening.
When that call happens, it's like this is happening really soon. Stay tuned.
Before Ken pees himself, shout out to Coles. Shout out to Kenny for sponsoring the Zoom, Zigcaster, Podbean. Stream us on all your favorite podcast platforms. We love you, 2 homies chatting. Good night.
69. Drink, Josh.